Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Green 80. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. So right. 372.
Bortles now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Now here's Mahomes. McConnelly's got it over the middle. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. And the kick by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So right. Hey, 54, Ricky.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Hank.
On first down, Bortles. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. And this one is incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line.
Omaha. Hank. So right.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Black 58 rounds! Black 58 rounds!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Butker now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out come the Jags. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
372. Hey. 372. Lucy. Check.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
That one complete. He finds Shark. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
Let's go. Omaha. Sunday.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
372.
From midfield, here's Bortles. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Hey, spread left. 11. Spread left. 372. 372.
Bortles to throw once more. And incomplete on the deep ball.
But they're certainly being aggressive here. It's like being a sprinter in a 100-meter dash, exploding out of the blocks, trying to push the ball downfield. Guaranteed this defense better be on their toes. They're going to be tested all game.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Bortles. That's to his running back, complete. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Now Bortles dumps it off to Fournette. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Bortles again. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Bortles to the former Jets. Safarian Jenkins for the Jags first down. Bortles now on first down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jaguars on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Omaha.
Now Doug Marrone with a play clock almost out says, let's take a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Jaguars on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On is Josh Lambo now for the Jaguar field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And Lambo will put this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board. Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it. Those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again. And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Mahomes to throw on second down. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And that's caught inside the 30. Mahomes finding his tight end Kelsey for a big one. 41 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. A toss play to Hunt. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Butker now to kick this one away. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down, here's Bortles. Open man right side is Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
Lucio.
Bortles now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They go play action here on first down. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up first and 10. So after the INT, it's Bortles. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, CD, regular season inching closer. You know, looking at the ledger of the games, we'll just stick with the NFC right now, but it starts with a bang, Atlanta at Philly on the 6th.
How about the last two teams to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl head-to-head to start the season? The Falcons, they didn't win it. Philadelphia did. And then how about this for a second game? San Francisco at Minnesota. In normal years, it doesn't get as much attention, but how about now? Jimmy Garoppolo leading the 49ers to take on now Kirk Cousins' Minnesota Vikings.
Anything else there from the NFC Week 1 catching your eye?
Well, I think the Dallas Cowboys at Carolina, that definitely does, because the Cowboys are trying to get back to the playoffs. Dak Prescott, full season of Ezekiel Elliott. And, of course, number one, the big man, Cam Newton, will welcome them to Charlotte. And to finish things off, the last game of the season openers, the Los Angeles Rams, last year's revelation, taking on John Gruden's Oakland Raiders. How about that?
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. 372. 372. 372. Lucy. Mike 5'9",
On first down, Bortles. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side. That's caught inside the 20. And finally, he's taken down at the 18. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 62 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins. And now it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And now another one thrown incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, we progressed through the preseason, so let's prognosticate about the regular season. NFC.
Can we overanalyze
Yeah, I want to overanalyze,
right,
too. NFC, the 4 divisions, who do you have winning them?
Let's start in the East. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl last year, got better in the offseason. I think they win their division again, although Dallas will make a strong run at them.
Okay. And the South, you were saying you like Atlanta.
Yeah, I do like Atlanta to get back to the top. Tough division. 3 teams in the playoffs last year. Atlanta, New Orleans, which won the division, and Carolina.
Going west, who do you have out there?
The Rams. They took over for the Seahawks last year. I expect them to stay on the top of the heap. But let's face it, a lot of excitement in San Francisco with Jimmy Garoppolo.
And in the north, can Green Bay overtake Minnesota?
They can, but I don't think that they will. I think the Vikings defense carries them home. Kirk Cousins, their new quarterback. The Packers will challenge in a big way, but keep an eye on Detroit as well.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. He'll check this one off to Fournette. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I'll go. Hank.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. You know what? We got a second. I did want to take a look back to the Hall of Fame inductions. Took place in Canton on August 4th. And what stood out to you from the ceremonies, from the speeches that you heard?
Well, for me, beside the speeches, just remembering their careers, I really flashed back at how much I enjoyed watching Brian Dawkins play, and his speech was terrific as well. Robert Dr. Doom Brazil with the Houston Oilers, absolutely loved him as a player. And Jerry Kramer had to wait so long with the Green Bay Packers. For him to get in, I thought was terrific, and I can't wait for next year. First ballot eligible guys, Tony Gonzalez, Ed Reed, and Champ Bailey. That's a strong class.
Another star-studded cast. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. His throw at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Bortles now on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Seferian-Jenkins from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Josh Lambo now for the point after. extra point tacked on by Leemo. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Here's Leemo out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look, credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 76 yards. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, 54, Ricky. Hank.
Bortles going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll run again with Hunt. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Green 39. Green 39.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Kelsey imposing his will. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
and you bumming.